this apple fall? Well, during the late 17th century, scientist Isaac Newton also pondered the same question. What he discovered later became known as gravity. Gravity, he stated, is that every mass attracts every other mass in the universe, and that the gravitational force between the two bodies is proportional to the product of their masses. But what does this really mean? Well, this means that anything that has a smaller mass is attracted to anything that has a bigger mass, such as this apple or even a human, which is being attracted to an even bigger mass, such as the Earth. But how does one know how much gravitational force is on a certain object? Well, Newton developed a mathematical equation, which is F equals the product of g m to the first, m to the second, over d to the second. But what does this actually mean? Well, this equation describes how much gravitational force is on an object. As a result, two things that contain the same amount of mass will experience the same amount of gravitational force. Just like when these two girls are leaning back, they will be experiencing the same amount of gravitational pull. Likewise, if two people who do not share the same mass, then they will not share the same amount of gravitational force. Like these two people who are obviously not the same height. So when they lean back, they will not be experiencing the same amount of gravitational pull. But it is not just people or objects on the surface that experiences Earth's gravitational pull. It is also the moon. The Earth and the moon are so close that they always are experiencing a sort of tug-of-war game, causing the moon to stay so close. The moon, as a result of its proximity, then causes things such as tides. However, though, Newton's theory only describes the strength of gravity, but not what gravity actually is. But nobody challenged his theory, that is, until the early 1900s, when physician and scientist Albert Einstein said that objects with mass that are close to objects with even bigger mass, such as the Earth to the Sun, is not how gravity works. But how did Einstein prove this theory? Well, Einstein discovered that light moves faster than anything else, including sound, gravity, or even a ball in this case. But how is light disproving Newton's theory of gravity? And through that puzzling question, Einstein proved that Newton's theory was partially false. So, instead, Einstein comes up with the idea of space-time, which is the idea of space and time combining to create a fabric. This fabric, similarly to if you shake out a blanket, causes things such as planets to move in its folds. This idea of space-time was then put into Einstein's theory of space relativity. So, as a result, gravity is really caused by the ripples in the fabric, and that how strong gravity is depends on how close you are to a weighted object.